Hi friends, welcome back to Delsie's Boutique. Did you miss me? I missed you. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Della and I have a boutique called Delsie's, and I normally sell everything through Facebook, Instagram. I'm soon going to be starting a website. But yeah, I come online and I do videos for older women to encourage them to take care of their skin. Anything that I've learned or anything I've experienced, I'll share with you. How to do your makeup, because it's funny, you can go online, you can see all these young, perfect, beautiful young girls doing their makeup and stuff like that, but I personally can't relate to any of those videos because I have wrinkles. And for those of you who wear makeup and do skincare, you realize that what works for the 20 and 30-year-olds does not work for the 40 and 50 and 60-year-olds. So that's what I do. I come online and I share my experience. I'm not a professional, but I have gained a lot of experience and I am open to sharing everything with you. So, yeah, Delsie's Boutique came because I retired and I needed to do something to keep me busy. And it's funny because as you get older, you get more confident and you realize life is too short and not to try to do what you enjoy. So my daughter-in-law suggested, like, we were trying to come up with a name, and my daughter-in-law came up with the name Delsie's because it's my name and my granddaughter's name, Elsie, put together, Delsie's Boutique. So join me and keep visiting my website. I'll have all kinds of little videos that I can teach you a few things, and I tell stories at the same time while I'm doing my makeup. So first of all, I want to start off by showing you this pearl necklace that Delsie's Boutique retails for $9.99. Buys this little necklace, and Delsie's Boutique, everything that you buy will be personally wrapped in a special little packaging that I did myself. And if you look at this is the same necklace. It's a pearl necklace, $9.99. It's got the Delsie's Boutique. So isn't that cute? Like, if you were looking for a gift for someone and you gave it to them like this is good enough with a little card saying happy birthday or happy Mother's Day, or, you know, it's just special. So whatever you buy, you will get it in a personalized little package like this. This is just one example. But again, this retails for $9.99 and tax. So yeah, if you're interested in purchasing, just private message me, and I will get it to you. I go into St. John's often. I'm in around the Clarenville area. I can get stuff sent to Wesleyville. You name it, and I will try to get it out there for you. So if you're interested, just let me know. You can EMT me. I have a square machine. So yeah. Just let me know if you're interested, guys. But here it is on, and I have this shirt on today because for those of you who don't know, like, we have a storm. It's a storm of wind out there today. I have my pop-up tent still up because I never dreamed that I'd have to take it down in the summer months. But yeah, it is holding on for dear life. Props to my uncle who put it up. But yeah, it is just hanging in there. But anyways, I'm just looking to see if anything's disappeared from it. But yeah, so this necklace, $9.99. It retails at Delsie's. Isn't it cute? Like, I love pearl necklaces, but I especially like this one because it's a little bit different. So it's got the gold ring, and that makes it adjustable. You can wear it as a choker, or you can wear it like I have it here now today. And at the end, it has a little medallion, a little gold medallion. Like $9.99 buys. You can't go wrong. What a cute gift for someone, or just for yourself. It's adjustable. There's so many different ways you can wear it. But yeah, it's so cute. But I just personally like it with this shirt here today, just following the outline of my blouse. There you go. Isn't it cute? $9.99. Let me know, guys. So, I've missed a lot. I haven't done a story time in forever. But recently, my brother-in-law, we were in St. John's, and my brother-in-law, for those of you who know my brother-in-law, this is my husband's brother. He's quite the character. So he was saying to me, Della, or Dale, he calls me. Don't call me Dellie. He's always called me Dale. when are you going to do a story time about your brother-in-law? So, yeah, so now that I'm doing a story time, I am going to tell you a story about my brother-in-law. He's quite the character. So, for those of you who don't know, I went to school in Wesleyville when I was a teenager, and that's where I met my current husband. But my husband and me were in the same high school, and my husband was the kind of fellow that he didn't hang around with the high school kids because he just was always way more mature than us. Like, he used to fish when he was in high school, and he always had a wad of money. He was always like one of the best dressed kids in school. He used to hang around with the older kids, like the ones in university and that. Because he always, like, if you see pictures of my husband in high school, there's not a whole lot difference between him now and then, because he just always looked like he was way older than everyone else. So, very handsome, very tall, like I said, well-dressed, very quiet, only speaks when he has to, but very strong personality. So, long story short, we ended up going out together. And so now I had to go to his house. So when I went to his house, I seen this kid. It was his brother. He was only 12 years old at the time. He was like a little boy. Like, I think about how young we were. So I'm losing my train of thought here. Just give me a second. I also wanted to mention that I'm putting this on today. This is called Perfect Cream. It's all over. You can use this on your whole body, your face, and it's really thin. You're going to see it when I use it. But Delsie's also retails this little kit that I made up. And this is called Perfect Cream Set, $24.99 in tax. And it comes with the cream. But I've also enclosed, like, just look at the packaging on these boys. Like, this is also another thing that you can give as a gift. I've also enclosed a brush that you can apply it with. $24.99. So, yes. So, anyways, started going out with my husband. And so now I'm going to visit his house for the first time. So when I get there, there's this 12-year-old kid. And I recognize him right away because I've seen him knock on my nan's door for my brother. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's who this kid is. I didn't even realize my boyfriend at the time had a sister and brother because he was so quiet and never really hung around with us. Now, I did recognize his sister and brother, but just didn't put two and two together that they were all related. So just look how nice this cream is, guys. Like, it just comes on so nice and thin. And what it does is, it's like I said, you can use this on your legs, your arms. It just kind of evens out the tone of your skin. And it's so thin that you don't even feel like you have makeup on. Like, just look at the difference. Oh, it feels so good. And it's very moisturizing. So you don't have to do a whole lot with this. Yeah, just look how it just kind of evens out my complexion. Okay, I love it. Love, love, love it. $24.99 for the kit buys. So anyways, I started going to, well, first of all, my brother-in-law is a pretty funny character, but so was my husband's father. For those of you who knew him, like, he was one of a kind. So I was at my uncle's, I was staying at my uncle's house in Newtown, and me and my aunt, we went to some kind of day that they had down Newtown. It was like, I don't know what it was now, but it was like everybody was out on the go, and there was people from all other communities, and we're just walking around. And this great big, a boat of a car shows up, and this little short man with this button-up checkered shirt, you know, the kind that all our fathers wore, with a cigarette hanging out of his mouth, and little short, I could tell even, but like the car was like a boat. It was so big. But that was their old, I can't remember what kind of car it was, but it was a long silver car that they drove around for a year. I think it was a Grand Prix. I don't know. Anyways, so we're talking away, and he's like, how you getting on? Talking to my aunt. And then my aunt introduced me, and I was kind of like weird. Like, I thought it was kind of weird that she introduced me, because I'm like, why would you introduce me to this guy? I don't even, like, who is he? So anyways, when he drove off, my aunt said, that's Peter's father. Now, at this time, me and Peter were kind of dating. And I just about died. I'm like, no, it can't be, because they didn't look any bit alike. Like, my husband's tall, quiet, thin, and this guy was like a little short, rough around the edges guy. And I was like, no way. And she started laughing. She's like, why don't you believe that? I said, because he's nothing like Peter. She said, well, it is. It's Peter's father. So then when I started hanging around, when I went to his house for the first time, now I'm going to meet his brother. And his brother was just as much of a character as his father was. But is this true? I really, like, you know how they say women can multitask? I'm not one of those women. Like, I am having trouble here doing my makeup and talking at the same time. My son once told me that, Mother, you can't load the dishwasher and talk at the same time, can you? And I said, no, I can't. So anyways, bear with me. So yeah, I started going to his house, and when I walked into the house, here was this little boy that was around 12 years old, and I had met him before because I've seen him come knock on the door for my younger brother. He's only 12 years old, and I was like, oh, I know who this kid is. So this is Peter's brother. And right away, I could tell he was a character. So I used to go to his house, and he would sit to the table, because I used to stay there, and his sister was in town. So while she was gone, I used to stay in her room. And here's this little 12-year-old kid that I just met. And I was like, what, 16? So anyways, I would be like in his sister's room sleeping in the morning, and he would come in my room, wouldn't even knock or anything. He would just like barge in my room early in the morning and sit at the foot of the bed while I was still asleep under the covers. And he'd be drinking a bottle of Pepsi and probably a bag of chips or a bar. And he would just sit. I remember one time it was Easter time, and he just had the chocolate bunny in his hand with the Pepsi. And this is like probably 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. And sorry, I'm just getting a text message distracting me. But yeah, he was at the foot of my bed. Like I said, never knocked or anything. And then I would go out and eat my breakfast. And I was like a shy kid, so it was kind of intimidating to have this kid just staring at you the whole time. So I went out to go eat my breakfast, and now he wants his breakfast. And this is going to sound really harsh, but like, every second word out of his mouth was a swear word. And I can remember him saying to his mother, "Mother, get my effing breakfast. Where's my effing breakfast?" And I remember I was shocked, but it was just so normal. And now that I know him, I can just laugh at it. And because he sounds so rough, and people would be like, oh, my kid would never talk to me about like that. But listen, there's just some people that they are who they are, and you're not going to change it. So I got used to that, but I was floored that this kid was saying to his mother, like, where's my effing breakfast? So, but he didn't mean anything by it. That was just the way he talked. So he would sit there and watch every morsel I put in my mouth. And when he looked like I was finished eating, he'd say, "You done, Del?" And I used to say, "Yeah, I think I'm done." And he would take my plate then and finish it. So it was hilarious. This kid was hilarious. So anyways, his mother used to tell him, it was time to go get a shower. And he would go in the bathroom, and you hear like water running, and you would hear this music. Like, okay, so he listened to Wasp. If anyone doesn't know who Wasp is, like, I didn't know who Wasp was until I met my brother-in-law. And this was like a 12-year-old kid. And if you go listen to Wasp songs, they're pretty vulgar, but he listened to Wasp, and he used to play this one song on repeat constantly. And it was the most vulgar song that you could ever hear. And it was hilarious because you would hear that in there for about a half hour with the water running, and he'd come out and he'd be all wet. And one time he confessed to me, he said, Del, and they used to have one of those vacuum cleaner Humpties, and he would get up on that and dance in front of me and singing this song, like, and very intently, like, looking at you, like, seriously singing this song. And he confessed to me one day, Del, he said, I don't get a shower. When my mother tells me go and get a shower, he said, I just runs the water, and makes it sound like I'm getting a shower. And I said, but how come you're so wet? Like you just come out. He said, because I sweated it. He said, in there from dancing. So it was the kind of stuff that he used to do. And I remember his mother saying to him one time, Paul, I need you to go to the store. And my husband used to be off working because it was summertime. So she'd say, Paul. So my mother-in-law was like, okay, I need you to go to the store, please. I need this to make supper. So he said, I'll go so long as Dell will go with me. So I had to get on the back of the bike with him and go. It wasn't, when I say bike, I'm not talking about a bicycle. I'm talking about, like, they had one of those three-wheeler. Apparently they were banned after, but that's what they had. And I think it was Peter's, actually. But yeah, that's what I had to get on the back with this 12-year-old kid so he'd go to the store for his mother. Like, he was just a character. So then, still, I only met my husband's father this one time. And so now I was staying out there, and now his father is going to be home. And I'm kind of nervous because my only impression of this man was when I seen him in his car that day. And he seemed like he was a bit rough around the edges. But, you know, that's neither here or there. So I'm trying to find my brow pencil. Just one second now.